Welcome back. It's Melanie, your She Shed Scrapper. So today I am back with a one-page layout using the Change of Scenery scrapbook workshop from Close to My Heart. This is a special workshop for National Scrapbooking Month, and I am going to be creating this layout one, but I'm going to only be creating a one-page layout. So I am kind of following the instructions here on how to kind of construct the layout, but I do change it eventually because I end up adding 3 photos to the one page instead of just the 2. And I think my photo sizes are a little bit different as well. I absolutely love the watercolor look of this paper here. The trees are just gorgeous. I think it is honestly one of the most amazing pieces of paper. So between this and I don't know, the sentiments on the sticker sheet, it's got me wanting to order another whole workshop. So we'll see if I end up doing that or not. So I'm kind of just making sure that I have all of the pieces cut properly. You can kind of see here the cutting guide. All of them are numbered based on the layout you're doing, so our project, so 1, 2, or 3, and then each piece has a letter connected to it as well, A, B, C, D. So you just kind of know what project it's for, and then with the instructions, it'll kind of say place 1A at the top, place 2 or 1B underneath, that kind of thing. So it just really helps when you put the layout together. So this one here has a bunch of ripped pieces, which I absolutely love the look of ripped pieces. And with this collection, I think it's even more gorgeous than normal for some reason. I'm not really sure why. I end up having kind of a open space to the right there, but I am going to end up adding actually, maybe the zip strip ends up, it's a sticker. Whew, now I remember. This is a sticker. It is very hard to rip one of the stickers. I don't really recommend it. It looks great on the layout, but I struggled ripping it. It took me way longer than paper just because it kept sticking to me. The thickness too, I think, is a lot thicker maybe. It took me some time, as you can tell. I'm still struggling to rip the entire thing all the way across. So you can kind of see between the green and the the tree paper, there is an opening, but this little this border sticker is going to kind of cover that up. Plus, I think it might actually get covered up from a photo. Because like I said, I end up adding an extra photo on this layout. So I think that opening there does get covered up by my photo. So now that I got the papers all down on the layout, I needed to trim up some of my photos so that I could get all of them on there. So this is probably summer of 2020. I am way behind. We just tried to get outside as much as we could instead of just being stuck in the house. And so that's what these photos are. We have a wonderful nature preserve that has all these stairs to get to the top that overlooks the lake. And so, like I said, we just tried to get out as much as we could and enjoy the outdoors and each other during, I don't know, quarantine when the world was kind of shut down. So in the bottom photo, the reason I kept all that grass, and it's hard to see from, the camera view, but there are deer in the grass. So that is why it looks like he's looking out over just grass, but there are actually deer that you can see up close in that grass. So it's kind of why it looks maybe like I didn't cut it enough or whatever, but up close you can kind of see the deer. So that was kind of a neat thing too. Even being up there, we didn't really scare them right away. So the boys were able to enjoy seeing the deer kind of up close. So I am double backing the photos. First, I use the burlap paper, and then I'm going to use the pine paper here. I love how the burlap on the pine kind of makes the photos pop a little bit more. So I thought that was a great option. Usually I'll just do white and then maybe a color or a pattern paper. But I did like the burlap option as well. I decided to kind of tuck in that top photo underneath the ripped papers just a little bit. And then you can see that that right-hand photo covered up that, I guess, open space there. So one of the stamps on this in this collection says some views are worth every step, and honestly it could not be more appropriate for this layout or these photos. So there's something like 450 steps to get to the top to be able to look over the lake. So when I saw that stamp set, I knew exactly what photos I wanted to document using this collection. It just ended up working out perfectly. So I am going to try and embellish maybe how they have it. Discovered that tree just, I don't know, was too big maybe for how many photos I have. On their layout, they have a lot more white space where that tree would have taken up that white space, but I just have photos. So instead I decided I'm going kind of my own way with my embellishments here, and ended up adding my happy place and then just a little bit kind of some smaller greenery there, and just layered those underneath those. That my happy place. So really like the way that that turned out. Did add a star, decided to kind of bring in some stars into this layout that are on the sticker sheet, and there's kind of an abundance of them. Then I remembered that there are some paperboard die cuts that came with the collection. And one thing I noticed, I did put together, I think, all 3 of the workshops. Obviously I didn't do page 2 of this layout yet, but there were quite a bit of extra die cuts and stickers left over even after completing all of the layouts. So that was kind of neat. Definitely have extra to use on other layouts. So bringing in some more of that greenery to the right to fill in that little bit of white space, and then decided to kind of add to the top and bring in, I think, Glacier. I decided to add some stars to the title at the top, or the phrase at the top, I guess, and really liked the way that that looked. So instead of stamping them individually, I just placed them kind of how I thought I would want them right on the stamp block together, and just stamped them at the same time. So again, just kind of trying to finalize now the layout, decide to add more to this top up there. I really like the way that that ended up kind of closing off that phrase. I thought that kind of dashed mark really finished that off. And then decided it kind of needed a title. Sorry for the bumpiness there. And so Loving This View was a sticker that wasn't used yet on the sticker sheet. So I decided that I would make that my title. It didn't feel like it covered up too much of the pretty paper. I did pop that up on some foam tape, I believe. And then just some finishing touches, some hearts that is the paperboard, the die cuts. So just added some hearts, and I don't know, finished off the layout with another one. So this collection, this kit should still be available. I would get my hands on it because it is absolutely gorgeous. You don't want it to go out of stock, but I hope you guys enjoyed this layout, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.